Hi y'all, I thought I would show you how I skim my raw milk. It's really almost as simple as can be. I actually felt stupid when I thought, oh, I'll hop on live and show you how to do this, because really there isn't a whole lot to tell you. But you know what? Before we got a cow, this was all totally foreign to me, and I remember Googling it and worrying, would I know how to skim the milk, and how would it work, and do I need any special equipment? Do I have to buy anything? So I remember having all those thoughts, and I figure maybe this will help someone if you guys are wondering how to do this. So with your raw milk, first of all, we have a Holstein. Because she's a Holstein, does not have a lot of cream. That's just the nature of a cow that is a Holstein cow. They've been bred specifically to be very skim milk, which is one reason I love having a Holstein, because I personally don't like really heavy, creamy milk, which I know sounds crazy since I have a cow. But also when the mama has the baby nearby, even now that our young one is over a year old, she's still with her mama, the mom will hold back the cream when she knows the baby's nearby and wants to have her breakfast. So those two factors combined, we don't get a whole lot of cream. I'd wind up saving it up. This is, maybe 4 or 5 days worth of cream, these as well as this container here. So I will save it up in the fridge until I have enough to make our butter. And when it's time to make butter, I set it out, let it get room temperature, then I whip it up in the food processor and I have butter. I don't worry about a mold, anything fancy. I just use my hands. If you can see, this is what's sitting here on our counter right now. I just mold it with my hands, and I actually just keep the sticks in the freezer until we need a new one. So we have a bag of sticks of butter in the freezer on hand whenever it's time to get out a new stick, and then we store it on the counter as we're using it so it's nice and soft and ready to use. So to cream the milk, you have to let it sit 24 hours in the fridge, and the cream will automatically separate. It's amazing. You don't need any special equipment, any special machine to help you separate your cream. It does it automatically. It just rises to the top. So this is my jar of cream, and then this is my raw milk, and I hope you can see, it's hard for me to see, here we go, right there's my line. So from here up it's cream, and then the rest is going to be this more skim milk. So my goal is to get that cream off the top, put it aside to make butter, and then have my wonderful milk to drink. So let me see if I can show you. You can see the cream is even a different consistency and color than the milk. I don't know if I'll be able to hold this. You see, hopefully you can. You just use your ladle to gently take the cream off, and the cream is going to rise up around the top of your ladle. So it's really as simple as that. Since I don't know what that looks like, I'm going to set that back down there while I finish. So you'll know when you get close to the bottom of your cream simply because your ladle will no longer be full of this wonderful, deep, thick white cream, but you'll see tiny streaks of milk coming into your ladle. And it just happens in little hair-like strings. And once you see those floating in, you know that you are near the bottom of the cream. It's really that simple. I mean, I think there's probably a better way to explain it. Maybe there's some detail I'm missing, but I mean, it's that simple. So here, that has just a tiny bit. Let me do another scoop and maybe I can show you so you can see. That scoop was mainly cream. Let me see if I can get, okay. So, it's hard when you only have 2 hands. If I had 3 or 4, I could do this really easily. I'd look like a freak, of course. So if you can tell, there's strings of different color there. In the white cream, there's the slightly off-white strings of milk, so I know that I've reached the end of my cream. Will there still be cream in my milk? Of course, absolutely. The solution to that is just shake it up if you don't want to have any strings of cream in there, but it's not a problem for me. So then I simply, we like to store our milk in a special, and you can see the little bit of cream, if you can see the different colors there in the camera. It's obvious there's still some cream in there. We like to keep our milk in a separate container like this, so that, where's my lid? when we open the fridge, we have no doubt in our mind which is the skimmed milk and which is the unskimmed, and then the cream I have labeled very sloppily cream on the top, so I know what's what. Now I'm going to let my jars of cream sit here until they're room temperature, and in a few hours I will put them in my food processor and it will separate my buttermilk from the butter, and I'll have butter. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm here live every Tuesday morning.